My brothers and sisters in Christ, as we continue to unpack the writings of Deuteronomy, as Moses implores the people of Israel to follow the commandments, to follow the law, to follow the Lord their God, as we heard on Saturday, with all your heart, mind, and soul, we hear an interesting phrase that becomes critical for interpreting the lived experience of the law. As Moses says, circumcise your hearts. Now, of course, we're aware of the precept of circumcision given to the people of Israel. This is obviously a physical practice, a rite of passage, if you will, that explicitly numbers you as a Jewish male amongst the people of Israel. But this is a pure exercise of body. This is not anything of the will of the heart. This is an external act. It's an act of observance. And the attitude of the Jewish people, not just in the time of Moses, but through the time of Jesus, and in case we think I'm picking on the Jewish people, I'm not. It continues amongst Christians to this day, is the trap of following into the simple external observance of the law, of the commandments, of the precepts of the church. And that is to kind of check the boxes, to go through this way of making sure I'm doing the things I need to be doing to be in good standing, or to be a good Catholic. But the Lord desires so much more than this, and calls for so much more than this. These are merely the guardrails. That's the bare minimum, is to be in good standing, to follow the precepts of the church. So often we praise ourselves for not violating one of the 10 commandments or these precepts of the law. Well, that's great. You avoided sin, but that's the bare minimum expectation. That's like for a citizen, lauding themselves publicly, saying, I didn't break the law today. I want civil honors bestowed on me. Well, no, at a minimum, you're expected not to break the law. And so it is for us in the Christian life, just as it was in the Jewish life, is the law is given there as a framework. But what God desires is the conversion of heart, that the law may train our heart. In fact, later in the New Testament, the law is called exactly this, as a custodian, or we might say like the pair of training wheels on the bicycle, training our heart for true love and true virtue, that we may not need a checklist of commandments to keep, but that we may truly know the good and seek it always, that we may seek the Lord and seek the good of others in true charity. And so towards this, Moses says, circumcise your hearts. Not just circumcise your body, circumcise your heart. Let your heart be transformed. Let your heart be marked. Let the Lord mold it to be like His. And this is what it truly means to exercise the Christian life and discipleship. Not just to meet the bare minimum standard, not check the boxes, but to truly be shaped by Him and therefore to become like Him. May God bless you all.